Hey everybody, so I have a juicy case for you today. So welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So my next client came to us as an NPE that was raised by her paternal grandparents. Her paternal grandmother is who she calls Mama. So Mom decided that she was just gonna dip out when the baby was about 9-10 months old. I don't want to be a mom. I just had this baby to try and save our relationship with the birth father, and she was like, you know what, this ain't working for me. So she just dipped out when the baby was like, our client was 9 months, 10 months old. So from then on, our client lived with her dad. Then her dad passed away when she was 2 in a car accident. So his mom ended up taking care of the little girl, our client, since then. So she is now in her 30s, and so she did a DNA test, and just because a couple of the cousins all decided they were going to do it for Christmas, and so they got their results back, and they're like, one doesn't belong here. Like, what is going on? Why are you not matching us? We're all matching each other. We all see our names, but we don't see your name. What is going on? Our client is devastated. She's like, what the heck is going on? Something is wrong. Like, this is my family. Everybody talks about how I just look just like my daddy. What is going on here? So she immediately thinks my dad must have been adopted. That's the answer. My dad was adopted. That's what it is. She goes to her grandma and her mama. She goes to her grandma and says, like, hey, we did the DNA test and I'm not matching daddy. Like, was he adopted? Like, weird question. I don't care either way. Just weird question. She's like, no, I gave birth to him. It was a very traumatic birth. I would never forget giving birth to him. Like, I would never forget. And then so our client goes, okay, maybe he was switched at birth. That's what it is. It has to be he was switched at birth. That's what happened. So that's what she's going through her mind for the several months after that DNA test that they did at Christmas time last year. And so then she decides, finally, after talking to some cousins, she actually had seen one of our videos online from our Roots Tech DNA Day last year. So she saw that video and decided to reach out to us. So I am looking at the DNA matches. I'm going through everything, and dad was not switched at birth and dad was not adopted. It was just that she was an NPE. Her dad was not her dad. And so she contacts mom. Mom was like, I don't know who it is. I don't know what to tell you. I said I was done with you when I left you. When you came to me when you were a teenager, I said I didn't want nothing to do with you. Do not contact me. And I mean that. Do not contact me again. Thankfully, this woman didn't have any other known children, so my maternal instinct was never there, and she's not hurting any other offspring, any other children. So I'm going through everything. She wasn't able to get any information from the birth mom. I'm working the case. It's not an easy case either. This was a very, very difficult case. It took me about 3 months, I think, to figure it out finally, but we were able to figure it out. I was able to give her some contact information for who I suspected was the biological father. He was not so nice either. He didn't want nothing to do with her or the situation. So she ended up contacting his children, and one of them decided to DNA test, and that DNA test came back at 1746 centimorgans, I think what it was. It was a perfect half-sibling match. So we were able to give her the information. She sat down with her grandma and talked to her grandma about everything and said, I don't know what to tell you, but this is the information that I have been presented with. Dad wasn't my dad. You're not my grandmother. I'm sorry. And the grandmother stopped her right in her tracks and said, listen here, little girl, you are my child. You are mine. You are mine. Biologically, you may not be, but you're mine. And like I said, the client calls her mama. Like that's a relationship that they had. So when grandma's saying you are my child, I don't care where you come from. You're still mine. I raised you. I love you. That's the end of it. So our client was able to get some medical information from the biological birth father side, but there's no relationship there, and our client is content with it. She doesn't want one. She's happy knowing what she knows, and that's it. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow, and thank goodness today is a much nicer day. It's much warmer. I'm not freezing to death, but I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye, everybody.